I'm Dr. Jen Harrison from drjenniferharrison.com, and today I want to take you through an EFT tapping meditation to help you deal with anxiety. Now, first of all, I want to talk briefly about the difference between stress and anxiety. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, everyone experiences stress and anxiety at one time or another. The difference between them is that stress is a response to a threat in a situation. Anxiety is a reaction to the stress. Now, the Canadian Mental Health Association, the British Columbia division, acknowledges that the terms stress and anxiety are often used interchangeably, and there is actually overlap between stress and anxiety. And they say that stress is related to the same, fight or flight, or sometimes it's called the fight, flight, or freeze response as anxiety. And the physical symptoms and the sensations of anxiety and stress may be very similar. So, like your palms getting sweaty, your chest feels tight, it's hard to get a deep breath in, maybe your stomach feels a bit upset or feels a bit queasy, and you might feel a little bit shaky. But they go on to explain the difference between stress and anxiety in this way. The cause of stress and anxiety are usually different. Stress focuses on mainly external pressures on us that we're finding hard to cope with. When we are stressed, we usually know what we're stressed about, and the symptoms of stress typically disappear after the stressful situation is over. Anxiety, on the other hand, isn't always as easy to figure out. Anxiety focuses on worries or fears about things that could threaten us, as well as anxiety about the anxiety itself. And I would add that unresolved chronic stress often leads to anxiety. So, like when our minds get on the hamster wheel of, well, what if this happens, or what if that happens, and what am I going to do, what am I going to do, what am I going to do, and you get on this hamster wheel. Now, it's important to realize that if you're a human being living on planet Earth, or even if you're living at the International Space Station, you're going to experience stress and anxiety in your life. That's just a given. And I've talked about this in previous episodes, previous videos and blogs. There's nothing wrong with experiencing stress and anxiety. The key is how you process it. Now, if you're experiencing high levels of anxiety because of a recent trauma or something has happened to trigger memories of an old trauma, I would recommend that you work with a licensed mental health practitioner, preferably one who is also trained in using EFT to deal with trauma. There's solid research showing EFT to be very effective in helping people with anxiety, even more veterans with PTSD. I would also add that if you're feeling anxious but you don't really know why you're feeling that level of anxiety, go see your medical doctor to make sure there isn't something organic, something physically wrong in your body, a physical condition that's causing maybe a hormone or a brain neurotransmitter imbalance that's actually causing these feelings of anxiety. When in doubt, check it out. Okay, so let's start this EFT tapping meditation to help you deal with anxiety. Now, as you saw at the start of the video, by doing this EFT tapping, you've read and accepted the terms on my how to do EFT tapping page. And there's also, of course, a tutorial there on how to do EFT tapping that includes all the different tapping points that we're going to be using today. Now, first, I want you to rate the intensity of your anxiety on a scale of 0 to 10. Remember, that's your SUD scale, or the SUD rating, subjective units of distress. Now, you may know the cause of the anxiety, it might be the result of a combination of things. That's okay. Just rate the intensity and write it down. On a scale of 0 to 10, just write down what your number is, the intensity of the anxiety. Next, tune into your body. Where are you feeling the anxiety? List all the places. It might just be in one place. It might just be you feel it in your chest. You might just feel it in your head, or there could be multiple places in your body you're feeling the anxiety, and that's okay. List all the places where you're feeling the anxiety in your body. Okay. Now you can follow along. And if you want to change some of the wording that I'm going to be using, you can totally feel free to do that. Okay, so we're going to start on tapping on the side of the hand point. It used to be called the karate chop point. We call it the side of the hand point now. So just repeat after me, and you can just echo my words. Even though I'm feeling this anxiety, I'm feeling this anxiety at a level, state your SUD rating, And even though I'm feeling this anxiety in my body, I deeply and completely love and accept myself and how I feel. Even though I am feeling really anxious, and even though I'm feeling this anxiety in my body, I deeply and completely love and accept myself and how I feel. Okay, top of the head point. I am feeling so anxious right now. My anxiety is at a level, state your SUD rating. I can't believe how anxious I am. I feel this anxiety in my body. Under the nose, all this anxiety. Chin point, all this anxiety I'm feeling right now. Collarbone point, all this anxiety I'm feeling in my body. Under the arm, all this anxiety. Top of the head, I'm feeling so anxious right now. I can feel it in my body. Side of the eye, oh, I can feel this anxiety. Under the eye, I'm feeling so anxious. Under the nose, oh, all this anxiety. Chin point, I'm feeling this anxiety through my body. All this anxiety. Under the arm, I'm feeling so anxious. Good. Okay, and take a nice deep breath in and out. Good. Okay. So how would you rate the level of anxiety now? So let's say you started at an 8. Has it gone down to a 7? Maybe a 6? Maybe it's gone down to a 2. Sometimes things will shift quite dramatically even after just a couple of rounds of tapping. But usually with anxiety, it takes several rounds to help the number to start decreasing. And how does your body feel? Do you notice any difference in the areas where you were feeling the anxiety before when we started? Make a note of that. Okay, we're going to do another round of tapping. So we'll just start on the side of the hand point. Even though I'm still feeling this anxiety, I'm still feeling it at a level, state your SUD rating. And even though I'm still feeling this anxiety in my body, I deeply and completely love and accept myself, and I choose to release it now. Even though I'm still feeling anxious, I'm still feeling this anxiety, I feel it in my body, and even though I still feel this way, I deeply and completely love and accept myself, and I choose to release the anxiety now. Top of the head. I am so sick and tired of feeling anxious. This anxiety is making my life so miserable. Side of the eye. It's so uncomfortable feeling anxious all the time. Under the eye. I don't want to feel anxious anymore. I really do want to let this anxiety go. But I still feel it in my body. Oh, all this anxiety. I just wish it would go away. Top of the head. But I don't think wishing it away is going to work. I have tried that many, many times. But I do want to address this anxiety. I really want to process this anxiety. I really want to deal with the causes of this anxiety. And I choose to do that now. Even if I can just release a little bit of this anxiety, I know I'll feel better. Okay, and take a nice deep breath in and out. Good. Okay, so what's your SUD rating now? How would you rate your level of anxiety now? If you started at an 8, has it gone down to a 6 or a 5 or even lower? If you're at a 0, obviously you don't need to keep tapping anymore, but I suspect that there's still some anxiety there. So we're going to do a third round of tapping. Okay, so we'll start on the side of the hand point again. Even though I still have some anxiety, and I can still feel it in my body, it is getting a bit less, but even though I still have some of this anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself, and I choose to release the anxiety now. Even though I'm still feeling anxious, I can still feel the anxiety in my body, I deeply and completely love and accept myself, and I choose to release the anxiety now. Top of the head. I choose to release this anxiety now. Eyebrow point. I have been carrying this anxiety around with me for a long time. I'm getting really tired of this anxiety. It is making my life difficult. And it makes it hard to enjoy the good things that I do have in my life. I wonder if it's possible, if I keep doing tapping, and if I work on doing tapping every day, if I can make my anxiety less. If I can use this EFT, if I can do the tapping to help me release this anxiety, to help me to let it go. That's not possible. There's no way I can let this anxiety go. I've had this anxiety for such a long time, and I feel it in my body all the time. But so far I have been able to let it go a little bit. And if I can let just a little bit of the anxiety go, maybe if I keep on doing tapping and other self-care techniques, maybe I can release even more of it. By doing this meditation, by doing this tapping meditation, I am making a choice. I am choosing to release this anxiety now. I am choosing to release this anxiety now. I am choosing in this moment to practice self-care, to use EFT, to release this anxiety from my mind and my body. Okay, and take a nice deep breath in and out. Good. So how would you rate the intensity of the anxiety now? Has it gone down a couple of more points? Again, with EFT, you never know. Sometimes you can go from an 8 to a 2 really quickly, and then from a 2 down to a 0 with just a couple of rounds of tapping. Other times, it may take 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It might take an hour of doing tapping to bring your anxiety down a few levels, and that's okay. The key with this is to be consistent and to keep on tapping. So tune in now. What's your SUD rating, and how does your body feel now compared to when we started? So make note of that. It's really important to write down the changes that you experience during the tapping. So I hope that you found this tapping meditation helpful in dealing with anxiety, and consistency is the key, and you can come back and repeat this meditation anytime you want. In fact, the more consistent you are in doing EFT in a daily practice to deal with anxiety, the better you're going to be able to manage it. EFT tapping is definitely a wonderful way to go from your stressed self to your best self.
Now, if you found this video helpful, make sure you like it, share it with a friend who may need it, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. For additional resources to help you go from your stressed self to your best self, head on over to my website, drjenniferharrison.com, and join our Best Self community. It's free to join, and you'll get exclusive member-only access to powerful content. Plus, you'll receive 5 amazing bonuses. Remember, becoming your best self starts with just one step in the right direction. Thanks for watching.